Hi everyone, welcome back to another album review, and in today's review we're going to be reviewing British Lion, The Burning. Now, before we get into the review, I'm just going to say that I completely forgot about this album when I was doing my top albums of the year. It was only when I was watching Cloudy Milder's video where I saw it, he had it in his list. And I kind of just thought, oh no, I forgot about that one. So I thought I'd just buy it and listen to it and then do a single review of it now. If you don't know British Lion, they are Steve Harris of Iron Maiden, his side project that he started in 2012. They done an album in 2012 and now this is their second album. And yeah, it's a pretty good album. I mean, if you like Iron Maiden and you like hard rock and traditional heavy metal music, you would probably really like this. The vocals are Richard Taylor on vocals. His vocals are really good. They're not like Bruce Dickinson. If you are expecting them to sound like Bruce Dickinson, they're not like Bruce Dickinson. I'd say they're very kind of Celtic-y, a bit like listening to Thin Lizzy and Gary Moore stuff. His vocals, especially in the choruses, sound very kind of Celtic. The guitars are pretty good. Dave and Graham, pretty good. And Simon Dawson on drums, does some pretty cool stuff on the drums. And obviously Steve plays the bass and does all the synth stuff. Yeah, let's just get straight into what I think are the top 3 songs on this album. I would say my personal favourites are Father Lucifer, Lightning and Spitfire. Let's start with Father Lucifer. That's my favourite track on the album. It's got a real kind of classic rock metal sound. It's got some really cool riffs in it, some really nice guitar solos in the middle of the song. It's quite an awesome song really. It's just a real kind of classic sound. And yeah, Lightning, that's a really great track. That was the second song I heard off this album, and I really love the lyrics. It's got a real Iron Maiden sound. The guitar solo is really awesome guitar solo in the middle of the song. And yeah, it's put together really well, some really cool riffs and nice chorus in there. And Spitfire, the same. The vocals are really great, and it's very much like Iron Maiden, that song. Bass intro, which is really cool, some cool riffs in there. Not particularly great guitar solo, but it's just all round a really cool song, and I like the chorus. I like the chorus riff and that. And let's just get into the rest of the album. Starts with City of Fallen Angels, and that is a really good song, really great opening song. Yeah, the vocals and the opening guitar riff is really cool. It's a real kind of classic rock sound, and then it kind of goes a bit Maiden in the middle with the dual guitar solo. Really cool. The Burning, that was the first song I heard. I like the song. It's very much like Iron Maiden, the opening riff. And there's a cool harmony solo in the middle of the song with some really cool heavy riffs in there. The vocals I'm not a massive fan of on that song. Just the way he delivers the vocals, just hasn't quite resonated with me as well. But overall it's a good song. Elysium, that was a really cool song. I like the vocals, and there's some really cool guitar riffs in that song, and the solo at the end of the song is absolutely wonderful, absolutely brilliant. It just suits the song so well. Last Chance, that was a pretty good track. I quite liked it. There's some really good bits in it, some really cool riffs and lovely little moments in there. And it would have been really cool as the last song on the album. I think it would have worked really well, but oh well. was in the middle of the album. And the next song, Legend, I thought that was alright. It's a bit sort of hot and cold. Sometimes I like it and sometimes I think it's a bit meh. But it's got some good stuff in there. The vocals are really, really good. And yeah, it's a pretty cool track. Land of the Perfect People, that's a really cool song. I really love that one. It's kind of got an acoustic intro, but then it goes into the riff, and there's some really cool riffs. I like the lyrics in that song. Yeah, mainly just because it resonates with me quite a bit, that song, and there's a really awesome guitar solo in the middle of the song, which is really cool. And after that, it's kind of where it kind of falls a bit down for me. It kind of falls away, the last two songs. Bible Black is a good song. There's some good stuff in there, and there's a pretty cool solo, but the song itself just drags on way too long for me. It could have been shorter than 6.5 minutes long. If it had been like maybe 4.5, 5 minutes long, it probably would have worked a bit better, but it just goes way too long for me, which lets it down. And then the last song, Native Son, I'm not a big fan of. I've listened to it like twice, and no, it hasn't. Nothing has changed my opinion on that. Absolutely nothing happens in that song. It's just a bit long and boring, and yeah, it doesn't really change up very much. But yeah, it's a shame because the rest of the album is really, really good, but it kind of just gets a bit ruined at the end. Right, so now overall score, I'm going to give this an 8 out of 10. It's a really good album, like I just said, but it does fall away at the end, and that kind of drags it down a bit. If those two songs hadn't have been there, if Native Son wasn't there, and if Bible Black was a bit shorter, then I think this would be a 9, 9.5 out of 10, because it's actually really solid. And yeah, if you haven't checked it out, give it a listen, because you might like it if you like rock and Maiden stuff. So yeah. Right, that has been this album review. I'd love to know what you thought of this album, if you have listened to it, or if you will listen to it after watching this. This is going to be the last of the 2020 albums. After this, it will just be 2021. Yeah, going on until end of 2021, then it will be 2022, because I just want to keep it fresh after this. And also, I'd like to know what your favourite Iron Maiden side projects is, because, well, this is Steve Harris's side project, and I know Bruce Dickinson's done some solo albums, and Adrian Smith has, so if you've listened to them and listened to this as well, I'd love to know what you thought of all of them. And subscribe if you're new, and check out the playlists just to see other content on the channel. Like it if you like this video, and share with people that you think you might like this, and all feedback is much appreciated. I'll see you in the next one. Keep it metal and rock.